right, welcome back. This is the second video in our little series about using Google Meet. So this video we're going to talk a little bit more about what you see on the screen and some of the features that are available to you. So if you look at the bottom toolbar all the way on the left side, you have where it says meeting details, and if you click on it, if you remember back from the first video that we did, where when you create a Google Meet and you enter it, you get this little box of joining information. So that just brings you right back to that stuff in case you need it. There's also something called attachments, and attachments are something we're going to look at in our third video about pre-scheduling Google Meets and how you can actually add attachments, which is a pretty neat feature, but we're just going to leave it there for now. So that's that part right there. And then in the middle of the screen, you have three options again, so you can turn off your microphone. When you do turn it off, it turns red to let you know that it's off. Generally speaking, if you're entering a conference call, you kind of want to have that sort of turned off before you enter it, just so that there's no random noise being added to the conversation that's distracting others. So there's turn off your microphone, turn off your camera. When you do that, you just end up with kind of either your profile picture if you set one in your Google account, or just that letter G if you haven't. You can press it to turn it back on here. There we go. That middle one is leave the call. So once you do that, then obviously you get out of this screen and back to the Google Meet screen when you get started. This feature is pretty cool. Turn on captions. So if you have somebody that is hard of hearing or for whatever reason they don't have any sound, you can turn on captions, and then Google uses its speech-to-text technology, which is pretty cool. So if I turn it on, you'll see now that I'm talking, and it's now in real time transcribing what it is I'm saying. So if you have somebody that needs that feature, certainly you can turn that on. Or if you need it, you can turn it on. But obviously I'm not going to need it right now, so I'm going to turn it back off. Present Now is where you can share your screen, and we're going to talk about two different options. When you click that, you'll say, do we want to share a window or do we share our entire screen? So entire screen just is everything on it. So as you switch through different things on your computer, other people are going to see that. So if I click on entire screen, I'm going to share screen 1 here. And so now you'll see my webcam kind of disappear. You don't see your own screen. You'll see you're presenting to everyone, but everyone else is going to see your desktop. And as you go through, actually now I can click on it and see it. So and you'll notice that as I'm going through different websites and different things and clicking on different buttons, you can see all of that happening in real time. So that's one of those things, like as long as there's something that no one else needs to see, this option is fine. But just be careful of that. So the other option that you have is just to share a window. So I'm going to hit stop presenting here. So now when I go present now, I'm going to go present a window instead. And this will show you all of the open windows and things that you have available to share. So I'm going to click on this one. It'll bring you to my drive. And now you'll be able to see my Google Drive window. But if I open another window in the background, like I'm opening a new window right now, and I'm going to my Gmail, and that's happening on my screen right now, but if you can't see that, you can just see the Google Drive window. So if I do anything inside this window, you'll see it, but anything outside, you won't. So just keep that in mind as far as your two different options for sharing your screen. So we'll exit out of that again. The three dots are more options. So you've got you can change the layout. So if you have a lot of people on your call, you've got a couple of different options for how you want those people to show up. Do you want a sidebar of different cameras? Spotlight just means that whoever's talking shows up full screen and it switches back and forth, or tiled. I've got it on auto, which I think is the default. And that usually works fine. So as people come in, it will kind of change your view. It might change it to sidebar, it might change it to tiled or something like that. But just know that you can come in here if you're not happy with the view that you have, that you can change it. Another thing I should talk about really quickly, use a phone for audio. If you click on that, that will turn the sound off on your computer, and then you'll have to use your phone to dial in. You got to turn on captions here as well. One thing I should say really quickly, this option here that says record meeting, this is a feature that Google has in their paid tier of G Suite, but they're making it available to everyone for free until July 1st. So if you're planning on using a feature like this, just realize that once July 1st hits, this will go away because we'd have to upgrade to the paid tier, which costs quite a bit of money. So that's not going to happen. If you do record your meeting, if you do use this feature, when you're done and you press stop, it will save a version of your video in Google Drive. So it'll actually make a folder called Meet something, Google Meets or whatever, and it will be inside there. And if there's anything that's done in the chat, which we'll talk about the chat in just a second, it will create a text archive of your chat history as well, in case you need that for something. So just understand that that's what that feature does. But again, for us, that's going to disappear on July 1st. So that's the bottom toolbar. And then when you look at the top, you'll see this is you right here. If you go with this full screen view and you have other people in your video, you can actually click on their camera to kind of bring them up full screen or pin it so that you just see them. Otherwise, it will switch between who's talking. And then this is the chat right here. If you click on that, and then obviously I don't have anyone in my chat because there's no one else in this video except me. But I can put a message in here, and then everyone else will see that. Anyone can respond to it. This is a really good place if there are links or something you want to share. You can just kind of paste them in this chat and send them along. So that's a really cool feature. And then if you just click outside of this chat box, it just disappears. So that's pretty much all of the different options that you have to use in Google Meet. So we'll finish this video here. And then, like I said, in the last video, we're going to talk about pre-scheduling Google Meets and some of the things you can do with that.